I thought let's digress a bit from what digital transformation we are doing in the country, which definitely we have heard and seen since morning, that there's a lot happening and we see it all around us, and rather touch a topic which is a bit critical, but maybe not taken at the top level of our consciousness when we talk about digital transformation, and that is the security part of it. Because when we talk of digital transformation, and we talk of data, we talk of devices, and if we don't look at secure aspect of that, then there are repercussions which we all know what can happen, and you would have all heard and seen some of those. So I would like to begin with a small story which happened with me, and as we say, until you experience it, you don't know what's happening. So this happened around 17 years back when I wanted to buy my first home. I was in Delhi at that time, and I had to take a bank loan. And believe me, it took me close to a month to get the bank loan approved because various documents, banks, all those kind of things. Then I moved to Bangalore and I bought a home there. That was around 10 years back. By that time, things had become a bit easier. And one of the things which happened was, instead of going to each bank and all those things, I was asked to get a report, which we get CIBIL report, right? And the process of getting CIBIL report was that I need to go online, apply, I need to pay some money, I think 200, 300 bucks. And within some days, I got a folder in my post, which had the details of all my financial transactions, fine? So that was okay. But then I opted for something very recently, as some few months back. And when I was checking online, nowadays you have these portals who get you all the information, like this portal called Policy Bazaar, Bank Bazaar, and all those. So one of the portal I was looking at comparing various loans, and then there was a link which says, you don't need to go to any bank, you can click and get your report here. I clicked, no money paid. Let me tell you, no money paid, and within 10 minutes, it asked me 2-3 questions about my PAN number, etc. I got a report in my email, and it happened within the total transaction time was around 10 minutes. And that report, shockingly and surprisingly, had all my transactions. All my transactions, whatever loan I had taken, whatever I've closed, whatever credit cards I have, how much outstanding I have, etc., etc. Now, one way, it was the best experience. Within 10 minutes, I could actually get my report. Within 10 minutes. But now look at the other side of it. If I can get this report 10 minutes from a private portal, which means anybody can get this report, right? Isn't it a bit scary also? So that is where data security and cyber security comes into picture. And we thought, okay, let's spend some time on how we are trying to look at secure aspects of digital transformation, which is happening all around us. And I don't think anybody sitting in this room or even outside would have any doubt about digital transformation not impacting our lives. It is impacting. The whole world is changing. And economies like India are at the forefront. With all those things we run, Digital India, Smart City, Make in India, and all those kind of things, digital transformation is happening. Just a few minutes back, we had this interesting presentation, MyGov, and how easier it is to deal with government now. Your passports, your ration cards, the subsidy from LPG and all those kind of things. Easier. Life has become very, very easy, no doubt. But it's actually given rise to a dark part of it. Cyber terrorism. I would like to call this cyber terrorism because ultimately, at some point of time, it is really very scary. Very, very scary, and it can have repercussions which we all know. Does it mean that we stop using technology? No. Does it mean that we lower down the way we use technology, we use digital things? No, because they actually help us to make our lives much simpler. We are already in the digital world. We cannot go back, and we don't have a choice to go back. But at least one thing we can do, we can make it more secure, and that's possible. So when we look at the challenges we have, we also look at these kind of things, which happened last year. Everybody would have heard, known it. Ransomware. Just having somebody's data at ransom and then asking for money. Is it something which we cannot prevent? Yes, why not? We can. So, giving you some idea about what we are trying to do with these kind of challenges and how we are trying to mitigate these challenges. One thing first. if somebody believes that he doesn't have any impact from the dark side of digital transformation, I think we are living in a fallacious world. Look at this. There are two types of companies. One who have been attacked. Second, who doesn't even know, but they have been attacked. And all our data, and last few months in India, in this very own country, we have been talking about the Facebooks, the Aadhaar cards, and all those kind of things, right? There are certain things which are under legal process right now, so I won't like to comment on that, whether good or bad. But what I would like to definitely put a point here is that there is a problem, there is a challenge, there is a risk, and we can actually work together to see how we can mitigate that risk and make things much easier. So we have an opportunity today, which is digital, making ourselves digital. Every company on this planet, every entity on this planet, and every person on this planet is going through a digital transformation. You know, the smartphone is a great example of this. But when we talk of digital opportunity, we also talk of digital risk, which actually has two parts, the defense part and offense part. We can spend 5 minutes to, we'll have only 5 minutes to defend. But the people who attack, they have enough time to plan. Like in army, you say, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. So this is the time when we have to be very clear that we need to secure not only our infrastructure, but data, but devices, and everything. And that brings us to the entire holistic world of how cybersecurity and how cybersecure solutions can make our life easier in spite of using all these digital technologies. So cybersecurity has multiple layers. We talk about infrastructure, the perimeter, and for many years we have been focusing on those. It's like India, we always talk about this Pakistan border, secure the border, nobody could enter. It's not that easy. With such a big country, such a landscape, it's not easy. At least we can have a point. If somebody enters, how do you deal with that? So there are two factors. Nobody should attack, but if attack happens, how are you going to deal with that attack? But when you talk of both the things, there is one core thing which is at the center of this. That's the data. You can secure your border, you can secure your device, but ultimately what you're trying to do is secure your data inside that. And that's why data security becomes even more critical when we talk of data at every point of time in our devices, in our pockets, all the time. So when we look at cyber security aspect, we look at it at 3 levels: the edge, the core, and the cloud. Edge is where you have devices, your smartphones, your sensors, your gateways. With smart cities, we're talking about putting so many sensors in the cities. How are you going to secure? Because if you don't secure your endpoint and just focus on the main things like your application and cloud, it's very dangerous because 90% plus attacks happen through endpoints. These are very vulnerable. So securing your endpoint is very, very critical. Securing your core is where all your bigger applications. When you talk of all these applications where we deal with the government, where we deal with day-to-day transactions like banking applications, that's the core. And cloud, we all know. Nowadays, everything is moving to cloud. So whatever transactions you do online, how are you going to secure? So when we talk of a holistic approach to cybersecurity, we are talking about securing end-to-end, bottom to top, the edge, the core, the cloud. I'm repeating this because these 3 aspects are defining the total aspect of how digital transformation is happening. Look at smart cities. We are putting so many technologies there, right from the traffic management systems to wireless in the city, CCTV cameras. You have to secure every aspect. You cannot simply say, I have secured my camera, nobody can hack into my camera. Fine, but the camera data is traveling somewhere. When the data travels, can somebody hack into that? Yes. When data reaches the stage and data is stored, especially CCTV kind of data, can somebody hack into this? Yes. Data in motion, data in rest are 2 clear aspects, and we need to secure both. We cannot be lenient in only securing the endpoint or the core point. Again, edge, core, cloud. 3 distinct phases and 3 distinct approaches to secure that. Smart cities. We talk about security transformation end-to-end, and I come from a company which is one of the leading infrastructure companies securing edge, core, cloud. We talk about securing your devices. Even if somebody takes my phone today, he's able to even break into that. He cannot read my mails, let me tell you. To read the mail, he needs to have an encryption module which is only available with us. And it's not easy to break that because it has got millions and millions of permutations and combinations. Right? If somebody takes my laptop, fine, let him. He can break into that. He cannot make any sense of the data inside that because of all those features what we put into that. Similarly, if somebody is able to hack into a bigger system like a hospital information system and tries to take ransom saying, I have all your data, I will not give you until you pay me, we already have an air-gapped, clean copy of data available at any point of time. So there are multiple technologies, and I'm not going to get into technical details because the time, and I can see that the time has been cut a bit. Instead of 15, I have only 10 minutes, but I will manage that. So the whole idea is securing your end-to-end points, your edge, your core, and your cloud. And when I talk about coming from a company, you can look at this whole scenario. Every aspect, the edge aspect, the core aspect, and the cloud aspect. And both from defense part of it, where we prevent the attack, and if somebody still attacks, how do you recover from the attack within no time, with no impact to your business, no impact to data. We are here full day. We have a stall as well. If whenever you get time, please come there. We'll be happy to show you how we can secure end-to-end your edge, your core, and your cloud. That is the 3 words I want you to carry along when you go out of this room today: the edge, the core, and cloud. And it's very, very critical that when you look at security, you look at from these 3 aspects. Not only securing one part or other, but securing end-to-end with a holistic approach. Okay? So I think since time has been cut a bit, so I'll also have to cut a bit. So thanks for the patience and being here, and I look forward to meet some of you during the rest of the day, and have a great day today. Thank you very much.